Maybe he's hurt, or maybe he's hungry, or maybe he wants cuddles. Cuddles. Maybe. So he wants the sun. Maybe, yeah, maybe he has a girlfriend out there. No, sounds like he wants something. Sounds like he wants something. I don't think Twitch is getting replaced. I do think. I think at this point, there's always a cycle, right? Especially if companies don't keep up. There's just things that will come out that people will move to. But Twitch has been doing pretty good, all things considering. I mean, the world's a mess. They're gonna fuck up. That's obvious. But all things considering, I think they're doing fine. Oh yeah. Actually, would even say they like would you say that they had started? I think they've really pioneered the live streaming space, really. Um, I would think things are already out there, and then somebody just does something. That's kind of the head start. Twitch kind of created a lot of the technologies, right? Or surrounding the live streaming stuff, I guess. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's a good question. What's the current competitors out there? YouTube live streaming, yeah, that's one. Um, yeah, YouTube's, I think YouTube's great. But yeah, YouTube's definitely more on the VOD side of things, right? Um, yeah, I love reactions. Oh, let me see. I gotta install something. Cause I have no room on this computer. Mhm. I think that's it. I think that's all you should have, if anything, right now. Just have those two, and that's it. Don't. I, I don't. I think. Yeah, I'm saying the return on investment on the other ones are probably not worth your time at this point. Like, sorry. No, then you might fracture your audience potentially, right? Because now they might only know you from a certain place, right? That's kind of what usually what happens. Like if I, yeah, I think a lot of people say that you're getting a lot more money on YouTube overall in the long run. You have like maybe 10 people on Twitch that actually make money, and then and then I find that hilarious. Yeah, that's why you got to be careful. Like, uninstall something. Let's see. I do have Diablo 4 installed. I just like I want to actually play it through, but I'm looking for stuff to um, uninstall. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Should I uninstall that? Wonder if I can play Rise of the Tomb Raider on my Steam Deck. That'd be great. I wonder if I can play Rise of the Tomb Raider on my Steam Deck. Xbox? What's installed on Xbox? There's great games. Other shit to do. There's Age of Mythology remastered. If you ever want to play that. Age of Mythology. I'm sure you've played it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, gosh, I don't. What was the Epic launcher? Epic Game Launcher. Should maybe I should uninstall Apex on the here. I'm pretty sure it's on here. I play it on the Xbox occasionally. Forgot password. Continue. Yes, that's why my password doesn't work. Yeah, Apex is a big game, so I should probably uninstall that. But then again, it's a game I probably would play on here, maybe. But yeah, a good game. They did good. Um, no, I would say just the Marvel IP is all over the fucking place. Yeah, because the way it goes is it's something like this. So like Universal has rights to the merchandise of selling things, and then you have the rights to like make rides. Then you have the rights to make movies, and those are all completely different rights. And that's why it's like a mess. Yeah, it's just a mess. Very. I guess I don't have games installed under Epic. What's that other? What's that other launcher? There's one with like it's like Origin. Yeah, the fuck's on? Sure, have Origin. Oh, I don't think I have Origin. I used to definitely. So what the fuck is taking so much memory? So much memory. Calendar, Xbox games. Okay, at least for now, I'll uninstall Tomb Raider. Probably play oh no. Yeah, it's single player. It might be there might be multiplayer stuff in here, but it's only 26 gigs. Right, Marvel Rivals. And that's why like all of these companies are going to the ground because don't make your own launcher if you can't. If your portfolio is very weak, don't you don't need a launcher. Stay on Steam or something. Um, I think now it is. And it always used to be like that. And Steam. I think it's a little bit all over the place because Steam is old. I'm sure it's a bunch of different. Yeah, it's already fine. Yeah. Oh. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I can go. Very sorry.
I love it so much.
Installing Tower of Fantasy. That was a decent game. Just not time for it. Already play enough gotcha games. Elsword. Oh, Elsword was a great game. Reminded me of Maple Story a lot. Maple Story is the original gotcha game. What I'm saying is like there was other games that did like they sold stuff and shit, but so for example in Maple Story, like you'd play the game for like an hour and you get 1% XP, right? In your character for an hour. They got to that like bad. Um and then if you died, you lost 5% XP. So you lost 5 hours every time if you accidentally died. That was the mechanic there, right? But if you only bought this safety charm for 4.99, you don't lose XP. Yeah, you don't lose your XP when you die. So, um, after probably the first 6 months or a year, they introduced that. And it wasn't, yeah, but it was stuff like that. where like the game was essentially unplayable if you didn't purchase. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Don't waste your time. Because now it's something else you need to manage, look into, etc. Right? Because I assume then you need like a Kick account, and then you manage your Kick account. Apex is Unreal, isn't it? What's Apex on? I thought it was Unreal, but now I see Apex in my control. Epic. No, no, no. EA. That's no. Where is this game on? But EA is another one. Yeah. Let me see what the hell I have. I see. Um. Okay. I think I'll uninstall Epic or Apex. Yeah. Yeah. I forget what it's called. But it's a little divider. Hmm. It's decent for scaffolding. It's I think really good for rubber ducky programming. But you don't know rubber ducky programming? Go wiki it. It's probably similar. Same thing. It's usually called. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah. It, no, the purpose of it is like your brain is processes things a lot better if you're actually like audio. You're articulating it. You have to articulate it, and then your brain. No. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's why like you start talking to people about something and then you figure it out on your own. You're essentially just did rubber ducky programming because the person didn't respond to you at all. You just talk to him or the person and then you figure it out. That's yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's just a concept. That's it. Right, if you're talking to yourself, that's you're just rubber ducky programming. And actually, I misspoke. I didn't mean rubber ducky programming. I meant like a pair programmer, a little bit, like in between rubber ducky and pair programming. not like pair, like a pair of jeans. Yeah, it's somewhere in between there because the AI is actually responding to you, but also he's not really because it doesn't have full context. Um, So Angular came out with a really cool new tool to remove all unused imports. So that was nice. That cleaned up my code really quickly. Um, so for example, yeah. So like, no, not really. It's like if you look at my, if you look at my screen here. So let's say, oh, I forgot. I need to pop out this. How do I pop this out? Yeah, you're good. Okay, I'll start recording here. Hmm. Everyone's special. Okay, I'll start recording here. So like the new tool goes through all your imports because sometimes you do a bunch of imports and then you kind of refactor your code, right? And then it's kind of hanging in there and you're not actually using a count role or user role or something that you're importing into your file, right? And you kind of leave it out there to it doesn't it should tree shake, meaning that like it shouldn't be like in your final build. But it causes like actually like this should have went away. Like this retry and delay, it's kind of unhighlighted because I'm not actually not using this anymore. I probably was at one point, but now I'm not using this anymore. We need to so the CLI or the new schematic is what it's called should have removed this just so it doesn't cause so much bloat in your code. So actually these should have been removed. These three, at least from my understanding there. Let me pull up because it definitely cleaned up a lot, but it should have cleaned. I would have thought it would have cleaned that as well. Go over here on the side, Angular schematics. Where is it? Angular schematics unused imports. Clean up unused imports. Yeah, it's a little weird. So this is the little thing that gets built into the CLI now that should scan your entire project codebase, so all your files, and it should have gotten, it definitely removed a ton, but I would have thought it removed these four as well, because at least yeah. Also, my editor was usually also squiggly lining these things too. See, it's nothing to be done. It was squiggly lining these when they weren't used either, so that's also a little bit weird. And then I also have, lint. So this should, oh, let me see. See, it's been so long since I've worked on here. Um, Especially if you're switching between projects, maybe your commands aren't the same between projects. I, no, but I guess depends what you mean. What do you mean? Why global? Hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the right. This is the dependencies. These are all the things that I'm installing for this project, right? I could just take this package.json and then throw it to another project, right? Let's say you're, oh, yeah, yeah, and that's the biggest con, right? So these node modules here are for this specific project. right? And this can be a lot of memory being used. Um, yeah, that, that's why you should go and like if you've been playing around with any web app nowadays, kind of don't keep projects hanging around that you don't use because you have all these softwares installed. Mhm. And it depends, right? So these node modules are for this project, right? But like there's CLI stuff that doesn't live necessarily in the node modules here. It lives globally. It can live some of that stuff you can live globally. When you're installing stuff with npm, you have the global flag, the dash g if you want to install it globally. But typically for any web application or something, you're referencing these node modules here. You might not be using all of this question mark. Um, yeah, that's the thing. Well, it gets a little nuanced because Angular, like you install the Angular packages, right? And maybe the Angular packages uses other packages, right? And that's why you have these packages in here. Um, but when you go to build your project, you're not carrying all this over necessarily. A lot of this gets like expunged because you don't need a lot of this. That's not actually all being used. There's that. Oh, there is. So let me. So yes, no, okay. So your at least Angular should like in your build automatically remove them. But there's tools out there that give you a mapping of your project on what's being used and what's the biggest chunk of stuff that's being used in terms of packages and as well as your own files that you've made. Let me see if I actually have that here. I might not have it here on this project. Then I'm gonna have to try to remember what the package or the command was. Let me see. Let me kind of get and that's the thing. Even if it's global, I've long forgotten what it was. Let me see here. Let me Google here. I have to remember what it was called. I should have it here because it's a really good tool. I wonder if it works for this though. So there's, gosh, let me just think. Because there was a tool because we used to use Webpack for packaging all your assets for your project, right? We don't use Webpack anymore for Angular. We use something else called V. And I'm pretty sure the old analytics thing was kind of referencing Webpack, so I'm not sure it works anymore. But it's an npm package out there. Okay, give me a second. No. Let me think here. Um, um, this is why I should always have just freaking write the the script line in my package.json because I will forget it. Uh, Let me see, where is it? Actually, give me a second. Let me be right back. Give me a second. So yeah, I was googling here. Oh, source map explorer. Oh, oh, was that you or is that me? Let me install source map explorer. Make sure I have it on hand because it is a good little thing. Do that. Hello. Me.js. There it is. To whitelist your client. On your no, on your server side, if you're getting CORS issues, it's usually on your server side. You're not allowing that origin to talk to your API. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that might make sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's basic security stuff now. It's in browser. Burp, burp. Oh, I almost want to say this is wrong because this is very such a light application. English is so light nowadays, I guess. Angular, Angular. So let me share something here real quick. So I did a source mapping. So, okay, you do a build of your client-side stuff or whatever it is, right? It has a bunch of libraries, a bunch of modules, etc. And then you run that source mapping tool on your distribution, on your build. And then it tells you how much of whatever it is in there. So this is your client, people that are loading your website. This is what they're potentially downloading. And this is why you kind of want to look at this to make sure it's not sending things that they don't really freaking need. It definitely helps with a lot of older applications, definitely, where you're including jQuery like 5 times. This will tell you if you're including jQuery 5 times in your application. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this, um, so it's called, go bring it up again. It's called Source Map Explorer. So you would need to create source maps for your application first of all, and then it would analyze all the source maps and tell you what's there. Oh, no, no. So Python's usually server side though, so you're not going to really care most of the time for stuff like that. Um, the, yeah, so Node is also server side, yeah, but this is for the browser client. But I imagine for Node, you could probably do this as well. Actually, I would probably think so. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Probably could, but it's less of an issue there because nobody's downloading your stuff. Let me see what I want to do. Where's my DevOps? DevOps. You can always do a hard refresh. Oh, Isn't- it's because you're not doing a framework. That's usually frameworks handle that for you nowadays. Actually, let me think here. There's other tools that you can put on top of um whatever you're doing. Let me think. How are you serving your like local host, I guess, right? Or is this like are you doing this in localhost or are you doing this like on the server? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. If you're not on a dev server and you're not using a framework either that's handling your stuff. Um yeah, so I guess the other way you that could be helpful for you as you like yeah,